Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hi, everyone.
Today we're going to be reviewing a G1 Transformer combiner, and his name is Defensor. Okay, he is Defensor. The group is known as the Protectobots. Okay, so and of course this is original G1. All except for one part of the combiner, which is not G1.
Which is on this original G1 Defensor.
So you're going to see a couple of things with this Defensor that's been a little bit modified over the years, but I did not modify it. Somebody else did, but it's what they did. But I remember this guy right here from my childhood when I was a kid, and this was the original Defensor we had, and I brought a couple other characters here just to kind of let y'all know what's a real G1 and what's a knockoff. But we'll get off into that here in a minute. We'll turn the camera around and we're going to get on to the review of G1 Defensor. We'll see y'all here in a minute.
Stay tuned.
Hey, hello y'all, and welcome back to our G1 review of Transformers. This is the original 1980s Protectobots. They have been through some damage. They've been through the ringer. Some of this has even got parts where I don't remember where they even come from, but that is not the original blades for him. But
And this guy, streetwise, is missing the front part of the vehicle, which I think has been lost on so many other streetwise, but that's the front part that I'm talking about.
this is the elusive hood. And I don't know why, but for some reason, every streetwise that we have ever had, the hood's always missing, gone, disappeared. The dog ate it. I don't know. It's gone. They don't come back. We don't know what happens to them for some reason. I just happened to get this one here with a hood to show y'all that yes, the car does have a hood, but on my original G1 streetwise here, it's not there. It's not there. It's gone. It's just missing. Where?
And if any one of y'all had that problem right there also, where the front hood of Streetwise is gone, let us know in the comments section below.
I just don't know if we're the only ones who ever had this problem, but for some reason the hood never stays on Streetwise. It does on this one. This one here's a knockoff. Amazingly, it's still on there. Because, like I said, I don't know. UFOs take off with them or something. I don't know. They just disappear. So anyway, getting back to it. This is the group known as the Protectobots. These are original Protectobots. These are not reissued, so I have to be careful when I transform them. But let me back up and say there is one that's not the original Protectobot. Can you spot it?
That's what I was about to say too.
And the reason why this one part of the Protectobot is different is because we never had him when we was a kid. We had the other ones, but we never had this one. But I happened to run off and get this one, and if you said it was Groove, you would be right.
Because this Groove here is not the original G1 Groove.
Correct.
This is actually a
knockoff.
But it is a really good, high quality knockoff.
So,
because some knockoffs that you buy sometimes they look great, like have better quality. Sometimes they're okay, and sometimes they're just like a waste of money.
So, with that said, this is the group of the protective bots, and what we're going to do is we're going to move them out the way. We're going to start with Hotspot first, the leader of the protective bots. And like I said, he has been gone through the ringer, but this is the original G1 Hotspot from 1980s. And as you see, he had a couple of flat tires here, and they never got put back on. So,
in other words, he's missing a couple of tires here.
The dog ate them. And so anyway,
and these tires are...
They're rubber.
Rubber, yes.
They're real rubber.
But they're actually like a really hard, rubbery material.
Yes. So it's the tires. So we are missing 2 tires off of this Hotspot. So now, being G1, I do like to go over the bio since it is G1. His ladder does function.
Like it does extend. And if I zoom out some, you could see how far it extends. And also, well, the ladder can of course move up and down, and it can rotate all the way around. And you also too get the little rub symbol here, or the heat signature here.
Yeah, we don't know if it works. We haven't had time. So I think I seen the blue, but anyway, I'm going to get off into some of the bio right quick of the protective bots. Did it work?
Yes. There it is. Y'all could barely saw it. Well,
okay.
I think y'all barely seen it on camera.
Okay, for the bio for Hotspot right quick, the leader of the protective bots. Go ahead, Colton. Go ahead.
He does also have a normal Autobot symbol here, but it's worn off. Yeah, he only has it on one side here.
All right. Okay. Very good. One Autobot symbol was rubbed off because of time. Okay. The leader of the protective bots. His saying is, "Rust never sleeps, and neither do I." With all the hyper role of a motivational speaker and the energetic fury of a whirlwind, he's not satisfied unless he is at the center of activity. Anything less, and he doesn't feel like he's alive. He's a inspirational leader who charismatically exhorts his troops to give 110% of their efforts at all times. Unfortunately, few can keep up with his manic pace. So he's a good, strong leader. He is actually an inspirational leader for the other protective bots. And his whirlwind type of effort in everything makes it hard for other other Autobots and even the Protectobots to keep up with his pace. His abilities, he's above average intelligence and incredible strength. In vehicle mode, he can travel up to speeds 90 miles per hour for a distance of 600 miles. He wields 2 fireball cannons. We only have one. Hotspot forms the torso of Defensor. He transforms into a Mitsubishi Fuso fire engine. I think I'm saying that right. That's alright. So anyway, now this is part of a Scramble City. Of G1 Scramble City. So like Motormaster, he does have a alternate mode. But the alternate mode is for more repairing, which has hoses and other stuff for the alternate mode, which we don't have, but we can transform him into the alternate mode, and he's kind of like a repair bay. So this is his fire engine mode, and we already talked about how the ladder can go up and down, and it can swivel
all the way around.
All the way around.
And can also extend out.
Right.
All the way.
So I'm going to let Colton transform him into his repair bay right quick, then go off into robot mode, and then his torso mode for Defensor.
Now, I've never transformed him into a repair bay. But before, so
he's not real sure on what the repair bay is. So what we're going to do is take this, we're going to pull it up and out. We're going to take his legs and spread them and pull them apart, like so. And then from there, we are actually going to fold up his feet like so.
Okay.
And then we're going to come down.
Okay.
And this is more or less his repair mode bay, but I gotta be careful how I move his arms, because they're actually supposed to come down further, like so. And then he has little bitty hooks and stuff like that that goes off on him. So this way, one of these guys can pull over and he can repair them.
So, this is how you get him in this repair bay.
Yes, but you got to understand that some of his limbs are quite flimsy, so we just had to, I had to put them together the best I could. His repair bay mode looks a little bit more better once you have the attachments, but we don't have them. And he's already got 2 flat tires, so you know, well, tires are actually gone, they're not flat, they're just missing.
Right.
So, enough of that. I'm going to let Colton transform him into Hotspot himself.
Which is his robot mode.
Right.
So you just bring down his legs. Bring down his arms. And you do want to take these blue things and slide them down, which will reveal his hands. Then take this red thing and flip it up and tap it in. And right here is where his head is. And it is on a spring. So to pop it up, you just have to push it down until it pops up. There we go. Just like that. And for the ladder, you just bring it up, right?
Okay. What I do is I just leave it like that right there.
Okay.
Where the ladder's on the back still, but...
And that's his robot mode, right?
That is, yes, that is hotspot. Yes, that is hotspot. And he does have guns. He's got 2 of them, but I only have 1. So...
That's what I was about to say, too.
So, Hotspot and the Protectobots did make appearances in G1 cartoons. It was, I do not remember the name of it. It had to do something with Bruticus. But, I'm not exactly sure what the cartoon was called in the 1980s.
The episode.
Where the Protectobots come out of the building. They were, yeah, it was, I know what I'm talking about. It was one of the cartoons where they were coming out. Their command center was inside the city. But I don't remember the name of the cartoon that it come off of. Now his head does not move. It's just on a spring loaded. His head does not move whatsoever. It stayed in position because of the spring gimmick.
But he does have some nice painted in red eyes. Which, are they painted in?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
They are. They're painted in.
And all of the stickers looks like they're still intact. Well, some of them are a little worn.
Yep.
And for articulation, just like with some of the other G1 figures, the arms can rotate all the way around. And you can kind of move them in and out. And his legs can only move in and out. And you can kind of like break his knees if you want to.
So that is G1 Hotspot, the leader of the Protectobots. And now we're going to go ahead and go on to his torso mode that farms Defensor, much like we did Minosaur. So you're going to take his gun off. Then you're going to push in his hands. Now, it's important. You see these tabs right here? This tab goes into that slot. Like so. That helps stiffens the whole combined section.
Of his combined mode arms.
They help lock in place.
Then you're gonna take his legs and bring them out and bring his knees down so they look like this. Then we're gonna go ahead and take this waist piece and attach it here.
They actually have tabs that go in there.
Then take his chest here, untap it and flip it back down. Then we're going to take 2 of these combined mode chess pieces, because yes, he does come with 2 of these, and these are going to attach to these holes and these black tabs here.
1 and then 2.
And you two want to take Hotspot's head and push it back down, but make sure that it doesn't like spring back up. Then you're gonna take the ladder here, bring it up, and bring the ladder down just like this. Then take the combined mode head and
rotate it up.
Flip it up, and then bring it all the way up so it looks like this. And there you have his combined mode of Defensor.
So this is what he looks like in combined mode as far as Defensor. His head is different than Motormaster's. Motormaster's head can't move. Defensor's head can move because it's on the ladder. It's on the pivot part right here where the ladder spins around. So therefore, Defensor does have head articulation. So that's pretty much Defensor in his total upper and lower torso and
combined mode.
Combined mode, the lower half. Now we're going to get him out the way, and we will be moving to this little guy. Which that little guy has been through a lot.
And this is named First Aid.
First aid. And we have a couple of first aids, and I'm going to tell you the reason why we have a couple of first aids.
Because, well, this first aid, as you could tell by the coloring here,
He's war.
This is the original first aid.
Yes.
These two are knockoffs.
And we will get to that here in a minute. Let me get off into the bio of First Aid. First Aid, his saying is, an ounce of maintenance is worth a pound of cure. His bio is, First Aid is one of the most empathetic of all Transformers. He feels sympathy for any being he sees in pain, from the most basic carbon-based organism to the most highly developed robotic life form. He wants to see everything functioning in a perfect condition and without suffering. First Aid has overcome his initial hesitation to engage in combat. Still, he is deeply affected by seeing even Decepticons damaged. His guilt over being involved in combat only makes him work that much harder to heal his comrades. His abilities and weapons has great intelligence. He has amazing skills in maintenance and medicine. His vehicle mode can travel at a maximum speed of 110 miles per hour. In robot mode, he wields a photon pistol that shoots blinding beam of light. He makes the arm of Defensor. Normally, you will see First Aid be the arm for Defensor. One of the arms for Defensor. But like I said, this is Scramble City, so you can actually put him as a leg. He doesn't have to be an arm, but normally that's when you see he's always portrayed an arm. He transforms into a Toyota ambulance. So that's what he transforms into. So there, his transformation is pretty cut and dry. The reason why I have the other first aids here is because these are knockoffs. These right here are knockoffs. Back in the 80s, the original transformation of a Transformer, you still had, and this is the original G1. That's metal. This right here is die cast.
The red coloring here that you see, that's the die cast metal. Whereas the knockoffs, which are this one and this one, the chests are made out of plastic.
Where this one here is original 1980s Transformer right there, and the original Defensor.
And the transformation that you saw, I'm going to go ahead and do it here. To transform him, you just grab on the back here, extend it, flip it out, flip up the front here, and then you want to take these side door things and extend them out to make his arms, and you're done. And he does have the rub symbol here, which is located on the top here. Mm-hmm. Whereas the knockoff on both of these does not have it.
They do not have it?
Even though they both do have a little square. Well, that one just has a sticker on it of a cross. But they still don't have a
rub symbol. Right, they do not have a rub symbol. That is one of the difference. And of course, like we said, is plastic. It's plastic. Where the original G1, this is all metal. It's all metal.
There we go. And articulation. Arms can rotate, and you can kind of move his head up and down. And you can, like, bend his knees if you want to.
Right. So that right there is first aid. The Medicine Man. He really doesn't like violence. And as a matter of fact, they had a cartoon with him after Transformers the movie where there was something going on with first aid, part of Protectobots. He didn't want to fight no more. So he started running from fighting, and then there's just not much you can do in that situation. You just have to fight. But y'all would have to watch it to know what I mean. They did make a segment, and one of them was with first aid in it, talking about how he didn't want to fight. He didn't believe in fighting. He just wanted to help and cure and help Autobots or Decepticons or whoever is hurt. So anyway, I'm going to let Colton transform him off into the arm right quick for Defensor.
So to get him in arm mode, you just want to push in his arms, take his head, bring it down, and I think you can take this and flip it up.
Yeah, I've seen it both ways. Some of them have them down, and then some of them have it up. It's your preference. Whatever you want to do.
And for his knees, on the bottom, he does have these two holes to put in his hands, which is
his fist.
So you could put his hands or the combined mode feet into one of these holes. But I just noticed that when you flip them around, he does have another hole here where you can also connect the hands or the feet into.
Yeah.
So I think you can do it either way.
Yeah, you can. You can do it either way. It's just your personal preference. Me, I like to give him a little bit more angle. Now, let's bring in Defensor.
And kind of give him an elbow.
Yeah. So now he's going to plug in
to this square hole into first aid's head here.
And that's it. He just clicks right in.
So now we're going to get him out of the way.
And now we're going to get on with blades. And like I said, I know that that's not the right
propeller
for that blades. I know that.
This is the correct propeller blades for blades.
Yes, that is the correct propeller for blades.
Because these are just from some other action figure toy.
Yep.
Or some other transformer.
Yep. I think what happened was his blades actually broke. I think somebody else put that on there. Anyway, this is blades. And his helicopter mode looks really good. Okay. Go ahead and transform this one right quick so we can compare the helicopters. I'm going to read his bio right quick.
And as you can tell, this is the original G1 blades, whereas that one is a
knockoff.
A knockoff.
And we're going to get to that here in a minute. Blades, his function is a warrior. His saying is, war is a dirty game, and I'm a dirty player. He mostly forms the right arm of Defensor. Left or right, but he mainly an arm. He is a rough, tough warrior who prefers close combat with his enemy. He's often at odds with others, more peace-loving of the Protectobots. He is different than the rest of the Protectobots. He likes hand-to-hand combat up close and personal. That's what makes him different than the rest of the Protectobots, because he is more geared up towards being a warrior. And his rough, tough character attitude on everything. So he's different. He's definitely not first aid. He's definitely not like Groove or Streetwise. He's a different character, but he's still part of the Protectobots. But he claims himself more functioning as being the warrior of the group. So that's a little bit of the bios on Blades. So that's interesting, y'all. That's different. That's different. He's not a rogue character out of the rest of them. He's just rather up close fight than do anything else.
And the original G1 Blades' receptacle is located right here.
Mm-hmm. Where the knockoff is
a big cross sticker.
Right there.
So to transform Blades here, you want to take the back here, extend it out, then take the back propellers, split them in half and bring them around, and these fins are going to go into these holes here.
Mm-hmm.
Flip around the front part of the helicopter and take these propeller blades and fold them together if these were the correct blades.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and show you the correct propeller blades. So for the correct propeller blades, you would fold these together like this.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the only feature that Blades has in vehicle mode is the propellers do spin, and so is the back tail fin on both the original and the knockoff.
Mm-hmm.
Then take these side pieces and extend them out to make his arms. And you're done.
And you are done. Now, the deal is this dude's got some age on him, big time. 1980s. This whole outline right here is nothing but die cast. Real metal. This right here, nothing but plastic.
You can tell by the coloring of his chest here. Because this is die cast. And this is not. This is plastic.
Mm-hmm. So, just a quick variation. So you can even hear the difference. Okay, we're going to take this guy out the way. I'm going to let Colton transform him into the other arm for Defensor.
But before I do that, the articulation that he has, arms can rotate, and his head can move up and down. And that's it. So to get him in arm mode, you just push back in his arms, flip down his head, and you can either leave this down or you can leave it up, however you want to do it.
And you can even go and flip out the blades, leave them like that. And his fist
goes into that hole right there.
Mm-hmm.
Or his foot. Mm-hmm. And to get him in leg mode, you just want to flip back in the front part of the helicopter, flip back up his head, and collapse in the legs, and that's his leg mode. And then you just attach
there.
the combined mode foot.
Yep. But normally we use them for our hands, so we're not going to force that because we're not going to force it. On these G1s, anytime when you have to start forcing something, it's not good. So,
And let's bring in the Defensor, and he's going to attach to the same hole that first aid was in.
right. Okay.
Now all he needs is 2 legs.
Right. Alright. The next one we're going to be looking at is Streetwise, which don't know what happens to it. Don't really know. It's just one of the mysteries of life. Don't know what happens to the hood. See, even that hood is gone. Don't know why the hood's got to always disappear off of these, but they do. So anyway, this right here is protected by Streetwise, and he is a good-looking mode. He is a good-looking robot, good-looking car. Okay, so we have this guy right here, which I'm pretty proud. Nothing's happened to that hood yet. I don't know, you know. Okay, Streetwise. His function is law enforcer warrior. His saying is you have to know where you are before you know what to do. He normally forms the left-legged Defensor. But like I said, this is Scramble City, so you can use him as an arm or a leg. You cannot use him as a torso. It won't work. Only Hotshot is the only one who can form the torso.
It's Hotspot.
What did I say?
Hotshot.
Okay, Hotshot. Alright. Sorry about that. You're right. Like his name, he is street savvy law enforcer who knows his job. He transforms into a Nissan 300ZX police car. A Nissan, yeah, okay. Alrighty. Well, whatever. So, as far as the car mode, he does look good. And here he is. This is the original, right here. Up, down, the transformation is pretty simple. They both have a wing on the back. Except for this one has the hood.
And I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how to transform the knockoff here. Because this guy has the hood here.
Okay.
So to transform Streetwise, you're going to take the hood here and untap it and flip it up. And these holes is where these pegs go into, and you're just gonna bring it down on this joint here, and you're going to extend out the front wheels here and the side doors, then take the back here and flip it around, and take the front here and flip it all the way down. And you're done. And you do kind of want to extend his legs out. And for articulation, arms can rotate all the way around. And you can, like, bend his knees if you want to.
So that right there is the knockoff of Streetwise. So I've already did one little quick jump and already prepared them in leg mode. So Colton is just going to transform this one right quick into leg mode to kind of show y'all right quick how it's done.
And to get him in leg, well, get him in his arm mode.
It's leg mode.
Or his leg mode. You just want to take the chest here and flip it all the way up. And you too want to take this connector here and flip it up. And you too want to take his legs and flip it all the way up and compress it in. And this hole is where he would attach his foot here. And to get him in his arm mode, you just want to flip down the connector here and push in the arms and bring up the front part of the car. And I think you can kind of extend out the back part to give it like an elbow. And you would attach the hand in this hole here.
Right.
And that's how you would get his arm mode.
And that's how you get his arm mode. Now, we're going to attach that one to right there right quick. Let's go with the other one. Right there. That's the one it needs to go into. Right there.
And you can push in
the arms.
The arms of Streetwise.
Okay. So we got one leg already done. Now we got the other one. Which?
But before we can get to the next one, there is something that I have to like take care of just a little bit. So be right back.
Hey, we're back.
I just had to take care of something just a little bit.
And we're going to continue with Groove, who is another part of the Protective Bot.
And the last member of the Protectabot team.
Groove his function is a scout. Now, we don't have any other grooves. This is the only groove we have. So we have nothing to compare him with.
And like you heard from the beginning of the video, this is a knockoff groove.
Yes, he is. Getting back to him, Groove, his function is a scout. His function is a scout. His saying is, war is a problem. It's never a solution. Groove, his bio is dreams of being a wanderer roaming freely under the open sky of any world that strikes his fancy. Groove doesn't like to settle down in any one spot too long because he wants to move on to the next exciting new experience that life has to offer. He is committed to being a part of the Protectabots Groove hates violence. As far as his weapons and abilities, he has great intelligence. He is an accomplished scout. He is a motorcycle. He has incredible maneuverability. And he can travel at 140 miles per hour. His gun can shoot concentrated streams of corrosive, freezing, or oxidizing liquid. That's a heck of a gun. But anyway, he forms one of the legs to Defensor. So that's pretty unique. He is more or less a free Autobot. He just wants to run the roads. He just wants to experience life. He just wants to wander the open skies freely. And that's him. So he is a committed part to the Protectobots. He is committed to the cause. And he hates violence. But he knows sometimes there's no other way around it. So with that said, that is Groove. That's what he is. And I'm going to let Colton get on to transforming him.
So to transform him, you're gonna take his seat here, untap it, and flip it all the way around until it taps into place.
Yeah, so there we go. That's it.
Then take the front part, untap it, bring it up, and rotate it around. Then take his head, bring it up so it looks like that. And then you just bring up his arms and you're done. And you are supposed to like split his feet in half, but
we're not going to do that. Not with this guy. Now,
right.
If we had die-cast on him, I would feel a little bit more safer, but this is just plastic. So we have to be careful how we do transform him. Because he is not a G1. So,
and his robot mode, to me, is the
weakest
one.
Yeah.
Because his robot mode just looks really
bad.
Weird.
Weird, yeah. Yeah, he's, there's definitely been better ones, but not him.
And for articulation, arms can move up and down. And you can kind of move his feet up and down.
Yeah.
And you can also move his head up and down.
Yeah.
If you want to.
But, that is pretty much Groove, and he's alright. He's, you know, he's a knockoff Groove. So, anyway, we're going to get him transformed into leg mode for Defensor.
And to do that, you just straighten down his arms. Get this out of the way so you can untap his feet, flip it around, and tap it in. Grab the combined mode foot and tap it in.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
And that's his leg mode.
That is his leg mode. Now we're going to have to be careful how we put his head into Defensor.
But before we do that, to get him in arm mode, to get him in arm mode, he just take his head, flip it down, and that's his arm mode, right?
And you'd have to take off the feet and put on a fist. And you'd have to put on a fist.
This is how you get him in arm mode?
Yeah. Yes.
And you don't do anything with this?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So getting him into Defensor right quick is going to be a little bit of a challenge because remember what I said, you got to hold and support his head at the same time. So it's kind of difficult, but it's doable. You just have to be careful how you do it.
Cause his head doesn't lock into place anywhere.
It's kind of gotta push him. There we go.
There we go.
Careful. It's just plastic. There you go. Alright. Yeah. See, let's see if we can kind of bend out his foot some. It looks a little bit better.
There we go.
Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Put his gun in his hand. Like I said, we only have one gun, so we're going to put the one gun in his hand. And these are originally Hotspot's gun. Hot shot, hot spot, hot something.
And here we have the Defensor, all combined.
Yes. And he is a good looking robot. Where his and Motormaster separate. His Motormaster, if you remember, his head sculpt fits right into Minosaur's head fits right into Motormaster's square head, where this one here is actually a part of the whole transformation, where he could actually look up, he can look down a little bit, and he can turn his head.
You can see there.
So I actually thought that was pretty neat. I'm going to get off into Defensor's bio right quick. Defensor function, defense operations. Defensive operations. Defensor's dedication to protecting life is the result of all 5 Protectobots' basic ideas. Although there are widely varied methods, all of them firmly believe in the Autobot ideal of preserving innocent life. His responsibility to protect innocent life forms is one that Defensor takes on with grim seriousness. Defensor is willing to put every ounce of his energy into defending the life of the innocent. The saying Defensor has is, as long as one innocent being is threatened, none are truly free. Weapons and abilities. He can generate a protective circular force field around himself, and it can extend up to 50 feet around him. If y'all remember, in G1 cartoons, you actually see Defensor making, in one of the cartoons, he made a force field around him and the Autobots who was underneath him, and the protective dome that he had. And we got our little buddy right here for a little size comparison right there. There's our little buddy. Let's see. He also wields Hotspot's fireball cannons, which there's 2 of them. I only found one. For offensive purposes only. So, he wants to protect life at all costs. That's what he believes in. He can make a force field that protects him and any Autobots who's around him to help them. He believes in the cause of protection and defending innocent life. So you can see where the scrap would come in between the difference between the Protectobots and the Stunticons, because their ideas and ideological ideas are totally different. The Stunticons are out for destruction, where theirs is out for protection. So that is some of the difference right there in Defensor, and he does have a good look to him. It does look good as far as being a G1 combiner.
And for the rest of his articulation, besides his head, arms can rotate all the way around, and you can bend his knees if you want to, and that's it.
So this is what it would look like with a regular, Autobot, somewhere around there. So like I said, I think that this is still a good scale. So with that said, alright, we are going to end this review. There's something I want to say to y'all here in a minute, but let's go ahead and end this review, and we'll talk here in a minute. I'm going to let Colton wrap it up.
So, I think that is about it. So, there you have it. Transformers Generation 1 Defensor. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. Or if you want to, y'all could also follow me or support me on Patreon. And I will leave a link to my Patreon account in the description box down below, or you can click on that little Patreon box right here in this corner. So, I think that is about it. So, thanks for watching.
Hey, it's us again, y'all. Me and Colton, we want to say thank y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all. We're glad to see y'all. Just to let y'all know, on the side of the part that we do, we just lost a loved one who we loved, and this person passed away. That was quite sudden, and he holds a very special place in our hearts, and he always will. So we kind of gone through some issues and stuff like that, but it's just life. You ain't going to escape it. You ain't going to get around it. So I just wanted to say, the ones that you love, you tell them you love them, because nothing's guaranteed for tomorrow. So you just don't know. Just make every day count. Just make every day count. The ones that you love, make sure that they know that you love them. And like I said, we just want to say we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. Y'all make this happen for us, and it's a experience, and it's something worth doing, and it's we enjoy it, and it gives me time to spend with my son. Where, you know, the person who we just had passed, I enjoyed spending time and the time I had with him, and he was a very special person to me. So that's it. We go through life just like anybody else. We experience loss, tragedy, and everything else, happiness and joyfulness. Besides that, we like doing reviews. Like I said, this gives me time to spend with my son. With my son, to let him know that I'm right here for him and I love him. And I'm beside him. Anything you want to say?
No.
No?
No, I think that is about it.
So, y'all, we appreciate y'all. That's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Thanks for watching.
Y'all take care.